Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Schwans. I'm a coordinator in Instructional Technology Outreach, or ITO. We are part of the Technology Learning and Support Services Department, and Laura Wilson is my coach and supervisor. While I do have acknowledgments on the last slide, I want to mention that I could not have done this action research without Laura's guidance and support from my colleagues and many other friends and in the training and professional learning industry. Really just appreciate all the help that people have provided. Well, what comes to mind when you hear about badges? Well, you might think of Boy Scout, Girl Scout sashes. I was never a Boy Scout, but you know, we know from experience that being recognized feels good. And that's what this presentation is all about. Something as classic as recognition can help provide a path for success, both for the individual and for the organization. So the purpose was to identify and find a challenge or a problem that we could address in our work at LACO. At the beginning of this past year in ITO, we were already expanding our efforts to do outreach and connect with educators. And I found that even though there are 73,000 teachers in LA County, there were only 5,341 registrations for our workshops in one particular year, 21 to 22. And 19% of those were outside of LACO. Another thing I found is in terms of participation, that 68% was our participation rate. That is, the 3,652 attended, 10% canceled, and 22% were no-shows. So I started to ask the questions, okay, how can we increase participation? And then that morphed into, how can digital badges help increase participation? Then that kind of morphed again into open digital badges will help improve registration and participation rates. So, okay, what are open badges? Open digital badges, or ODB. Think of open digital badges as images. Like, the common image format is PNG. Well, these badges are images that have JavaScript code or open source code, otherwise known as JSON, JSON, that has metadata or information that describes and connects to other data. This is also what makes the digital badge stackable, so that you can have multiple milestones along a pathway, a digital pathway, that can lead to a mastery of a topic or a skill. And finally, digital wallets, like your actual wallet, can be a way, it's an app for you to store all of this digital information. In the literature review, I was really just learning so much. One of the most notable quotes is that digital badges or online digital badges are recognition for learning. They're verified by an external entity. They can incentivize learning. They measure growth and create pathways. They're portable. They're valuable. In other words, when we think about value, it is in a sense that they're packed with information about your skills and achievements. So that wasn't all a quote. I actually kind of paraphrased, and I just have to say, you can see from all of the descriptions around the badge there that there's a lot of evidence. You'll have to take my word for it, that badges can really make a difference. Okay, project design. Well, Pathways facilitators, they did a great job giving the structure for this, and it really helped because we take on a topic and you want to solve the problem, and it can really it can keep you up at night. But I was able to keep you know keep going because I knew there was this timeline, and the participants that I had in mind were colleagues, teachers, administrators, instructional technology trainers. I'll mention them in just a minute with the surveys, and other professionals that were more than willing to answer my questions, uh, pursue things, go down these different rabbit trails. I should also report that uh, during the middle of the project, I did a shift, changed things around a little bit, just because I wanted to make sure it could keep it simple. That was the word to me: keep it simple. And data collection. Well, I kept the critical reflection journal, and in that I was able to keep ongoing research for the literature review, the meeting notes, and also notes about course design in Canvas, our LMS, learning management system, the badge design, and notes and notes and notes and notes, and of course the polls and the surveys. So here's the results of the surveys that I did. I was able to get results from 34 professional technology trainers in 2 different professional groups. And just kind of summarizing, 62% thereabouts showed that personal growth is what motivates them personally for growth. And I'm assuming that if it's motivating for the trainers, that those that they train would also be, just I just think that's, I have to agree with that. That while personal growth isn't the only factor, I was a little bit surprised because I thought recognition would be higher. Maybe it would if I had a bigger group. I don't know. Okay, in your opinion, what was a primary reason? I wanted to find out from them um, why they think badges are gaining in popularity. Something like 100 million badges have been released around the world, something like that. Well, you'll see here that verification ranks pretty high. Verification is at 41.2%. And that verification, that means that it's important to people that the badge is connected to a respected organization. Wouldn't it be great if we had teachers proudly sharing that they got their badge from LACO? That would just be awesome. Okay. I also had some open response. So I asked them if they did provide badges for their participants in their trainings, why? And so these words stood out, and that is: they're professional, they're engaging or fun. See that word, fun, and yet they do take time. And interestingly enough, time was a factor for those who said they don't provide, and they said they didn't provide badges because they recognized there was going to be a cost, and they didn't have it in their budget. There was time for planning. They need to coordinate all the technical aspects to implement the systems. Okay, findings and conclusions. Here we are. There's 4 primary conclusions, 4 steps to success. So first of all, I think that it's really important that we should release badges, and have badges ready to go only when everything is ready to go. It'd be a mistake to just kind of try it out. We need to have things really ready to go. And another good word of advice I had in this aspect was to start small and work towards broader implementation. That's what a lot of the universities are doing, is they're starting in small departments. And once they have things working, then they're going to open it up more university system wide. Give value to badges by finding out what teachers really want and how they want it, and giving them recognition for that training that really is what they want and need. Include gamification. That's number 3. That includes leaderboards and stackable learning paths and all of that stuff that makes it fun. And then finally, I think number 4 is that LACO develop policies and expert groups in digital badging. And we become the experts so that we can lead the way and develop innovations for our online and blended professional learning. So we can, by sharing our badges, we're also sharing our brand. And so next steps beyond this, I wanted to just share as I close that we do well to do further surveys, broad surveys in our region, finding out what really want, what they need, and then implement courses in Canvas, work with communications on the badge designs, work with course development. I've already mentioned that, and collaborate with internal and external experts in the field. And we ask questions: what's working? And a year from now, what's still needed before we just go crazy with it, right? And provide the recognition that everybody really wants. Well, again, I want to mention thanks to everybody and thanks for listening. If you want to read the full report, I'll put the link in the chat. How about that?